Let's talk about love and marriage, the way that God intended. Life experience, here we share it. The No Fruit Podcast. Tune in from any platform. No Fruit Podcast. We'll help your spirit transform.
What's up?
What's up?
How are y'all doing today?
I'm doing fine. How are you today?
I'm good. So listen,
I'm listening.
what we would like to talk about today is your daily gratitude rituals, right? You know, how gratefulness strengthens relationships. That's the idea for this show.
Okay.
But I don't know if I show gratitude.
What do you mean?
Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes do we show that we're grateful for one another on a daily basis? And I think it's been a little difficult sometimes of remembering to do that, to keep that, to have that part of your daily ritual, if you will. I think we do it, or it might come across our minds when we pray it for dinner, but I don't know if we really show it to one another.
So in what ways can you show it if you're saying we don't show it?
I don't know. I think that's the struggle part. Like, I'm trying to process that. But the idea is how gratefulness strengthens relationships. And I'm kind of baffled.
I mean, I
that.
can understand, yes, showing gratefulness,
Mm-hmm.
speaking gratefulness to one another, can strengthen the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It shows appreciation for one
Right.
another, appreciating what is done,
Mm-hmm.
and it recognizes that things are being done not always just because the person that's doing it is doing it because they want to do it, but sometimes they're doing it with the other person in mind.
Mm-hmm.
So just recognizing like, hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say that I can hear you say that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, maybe not on a daily basis. And I don't know that everything needs to be done on a daily basis.
Right.
Because it can become off unauthentic. It can come off not so genuine at times. Robotic, if you will. So you want to make sure that if you're doing that it is authentic. I think at times when you're starting a new behavior or adding something to your lifestyle, that it is difficult and it does come off artificial feeling at first. Like, hey, this month we tried to get back on the bike and exercising regimen and the stair climber, that type of thing. So, yeah, it feels weird the first couple of days. Your knees hurt more. Waking up seems to be harder, even though you're not getting up that much earlier. Trying to fit it into your schedule, it just feels off.
Right.
It feels forced.
Right.
And then, understanding that when you are sharing a compliment with someone else, if it feels forced to you, then how does it feel to those that are receiving it? But they have to understand the pureness of the heart,
Right.
that you're saying it because you are trying to strengthen the marriage, that you are saying it because you're trying to strengthen the relationship. Like I may send, or you may send a text to me, or I send a text to you, or maybe I send a text to the kids. Hey, just thinking about you, proud of where you are in life, whatever it may be.
Right.
Just, encouragement, like you said, gratitude, those types of things. So definitely seems forced at first. Seems, even sometimes not genuine. Like I can be thinking of you, but I don't know what words to say. So I might like, hey, how do I send gratitude message to my husband? You Google that, and then you get an idea and then you can kind of personalize it in that manner. But again, it can be tough in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then if you're getting it every day, are you really paying attention to it? Are you really reading into it? Like if I sent, you a gratitude message like, hey, I am grateful for, you helping me with the dishes last night, and then I send the next day, hey, I'm grateful for, you helping me put the dishes away, hey, I'm grateful for you getting the trash, it's like, so are you going to read into what I'm grateful for the next day? Is it just like, oh, that's just a message from my wife, her sending her daily gratitude message, so I don't know. It's like, I think it has to be a way where it is genuine, as well. So, and received that way as well. What are you thinking? You got that thinking eyes are on.
One, I am processing what you're saying. And number two, I am enjoying looking at my wife. Is there a problem with that? Is that, I'm grateful for that. That I have, a beautiful wife. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get back to the show. Anyway.
And that your eyes work and that you can see. But you don't have your glasses on, so you're sure I'm beautiful? I'm just joking with you. You can see, because we were talking about that, with someone else, and they were like, hey, if you don't have your glasses on, the person is a 10, but when you put your glasses on, you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't think I have that.
No,
problem.
you don't have that. You can see
most definitely.
without
Yes.
them.
Now, if you were 50 yards away, maybe a little different. But yeah, but you're right here. Like you're all of what, 1 yard away from me, not even a whole full 3 feet. So, no, I could definitely see you. I could see your features. I could see your eyeballs. Like, I could see that your hair sticking up. Like, I could see anything that might be a little off or whatever else, No, I can see.
Very well.
But anyway.
Getting back to being grateful.
But I am grateful that I have a beautiful wife.
Yes.
So, but I think that, let me answer your immediate stuff, which you were talking about as far as the daily affirmation piece of being grateful. I think for some people that are less confident may need it. And maybe those that may not feel as supported may need it. At one point in time, because I was in a state of being less confident in myself and what I'm doing and what I'm providing. Yes, you want that grateful space. And everybody want to be thanked. Everybody want to be appreciated, whatever it is. I'm at a point now in my life where I know who I am and what I bring to the table, and I understand what impact I have in any situation. More importantly, when it comes to my marriage, I know where I stand. So do I need it every day? But I don't think I need it every day. I have not gotten it every day, so I don't think I need it every day. But I think I'm more appreciative when it's mentioned, to your point, because sometimes you can get that whole, I listen again, y'all. Me and my ratchet stuff, right? So when people talk about, "Hey, good morning, beautiful," after like you look at those videos and people are really liking it for a while, and then after a while, they're like, "Yo, it's really getting on my nerves."
Right.
Like it's really bothering me. And to your point of, is it genuine? Is it just routine? Whatever. Then, but the flavor kind of dies off. So I think that we show appreciation and gratefulness for the other, whether it's through our words, whether it's through the way we look at each other, the way we even touch each other. And sometimes we touch each other without it being physical. And I think those type of things, when you are, your partner, you've been with them for a while, you get a sense of how they or why they, the background of their why they're grateful, how they're grateful, what they're grateful for, and what areas of their lives are they grateful for, because yes, you could be strong in one area, but if you're strong in that same area, like the opposite sex is strong in that same area, well, they might not be able to appreciate it, because now you're both pushing for the same thing. But if I can help balance the scales a little bit, make you feel like a more complete person, a more well-rounded person in any situation, then the gratefulness is shown differently, right? So if we both have, I'm gonna say something stupid, like we both have a math test and we both are trying to help each other out, and I'm saying this because I'm in this math class and it's burning me out, right? So, but we both have a math test, but we're both pretty strong in math. Yes, we can help the next person to get to, all right, so you got a 96 and I got a 94. All right, you can get me to a 96. But what happens when I'm in a situation when I'm at a 76? Can so my gratefulness for you getting me to that 94 from a 76 is going to be different. So I think it's more important about understanding where that person is that you're with, how you are helping them, and then them showing you that gratefulness. I think is a different space. Because just to say, wake up in the morning, hey, I'm grateful that you're here. Yeah, sometimes you don't take it as personal. But it all depends on the mindset and where you're in at that particular moment. Everything's about timing, right? And like you said, if you say it every day, well, I don't need it every day. I don't, and I mean, and here's the other part to that too, which I think can be detrimental. You taking out the time to say, I appreciate you today, and I don't respond, especially in a manner that you expect it to, can hurt.
Right.
So, and that even goes in a situation where, hey, I didn't say it for, let's say you don't say, I'm thankful for you, for like a week. And then you say it, but if I'm not in a mindset to really accept it, even at that moment, but you're like, hey, I took out my time to say, I'm grateful for you, I'm thankful for you. And, I didn't eat today because I'm just grateful for you. Do you understand what sacrifices I took just to say thank you today? Thank you. So sometimes you can get hurtful by that too.
That's part of, and that's a good point, Maurice, that in relationships, a lot of times people will offer up things hoping to receive something back.
Right.
I'm offering you this compliment, or I'm offering you my thoughts, hoping that you're going to share your thoughts.
Right.
And sometimes this doesn't happen that way in a relationship. Sometimes it doesn't happen that way in a marriage, that, I'm at this place and I'm at this space where I'm feeling connected to my innermost feeling for you, and I want to share it. You may not be in the place to receive it, and you really might not be in the place to take it and then regurgitate or return it to that person. So it can be difficult, like you said, to the person that is being vulnerable,
right,
to share if they're expecting something back and they're not getting it. Because like I said, that can be hurtful.
So I'm sorry, I'm laughing because, again, y'all know me and my songs. So there's a song by Chance the Rapper, right? And he talks about how he's in a meeting and his girlfriend sends him some nudes, right? And so in that situation, so a lot of times Kafa will be in a meeting. She has a lot of meetings. I have a few. I don't have as many as she does. I guess I have more on a consistent basis, but it is what it is. But I can send her a message.
Not a nude.
Not a nude, though. I'll send her a message, and in that, her mindset because I could speak from the space of, hey, I didn't get the response that I was looking for, because not only did I send it after one of my podcast interviews for That'll Never Work podcast plug, but I'm like, yo, because I'm excited, I'm hype or whatever else. I'm like, babe, like, yo, I'm happy, excited, and this young lady, this chick, don't respond for 2 hours. And, and I'm like, well, what happened? Like, you never respond, and I'm excited. We need to share in the excitement together. And she's like, well, we had an emergency meeting, and I got this project on my plate that I need to get done. And I'm happy that you're happy. I'm happy that you're smiling today. But guess what? I'm not smiling right now. I got to get this project done. Bye, boy. Okay. She don't say it like that, but that's what I hear. So,
I mean, and recently, there have been times where Maurice has called, and it's not a text message, but he's called me at work and on my cell phone, and I answer. And, I'm short with him because I'm at work, and, wanted something wrong, whatever. He's like, no, I just called because I want to hear your voice. And that's very sweet and all of that. But, he gets upset at times, or not all the time, but he has here and there on some occasions. Like, one, you're like very business with me, lady. And, I'm your husband.
Right.
Right. So, there's a time and place for everything. And I'm appreciative that he's thinking of me. And, it does allow me, when I look back at the day hindsight, that I'm like, oh, okay, it allowed me a moment to pull away from work and to be recentered. So I'm appreciative of that. Because, there are things that can be high stress at work, and deadlines, meetings, things like that, that when your spouse calls you, or your significant other calls you, or whomever you're in a relationship with calls or sends a message, it does kind of allow you to refocus and get recentered and remember, hey, this is what I'm doing these things for, or hey, what's going on at work is not that deep and not that serious because I have so much more in life. Work is not my life. That I, have a husband, I have children, I have a significant other that brings me joy. So I'm appreciative of it, but I do understand and see Maurice's point that, hey, sometimes you send the message and it's just crickets. And it goes both ways. I don't want to think like he sends me messages and I don't respond. There's been times that I've sent him messages, and it can be a text message. I've called, left a voicemail, and I come home and I'm like, babe, you all right? You ain't respond to my message. And because he's usually pretty good with it or whatever. And he's like, you ain't sent me no message today. And I'm like, yes, I did. And I'm like, my phone says I sent it at 1:18 p.m. And he looks and he's like, look, I don't have nothing. Oh. Yeah. So, and it's just really funny. So that just adds the laughter to us because it's like, he goes off, I didn't get anything from you. And then he has to pull back. So,
and the other thing about that I would like to add is I think because of when we both do that, we understand today, we haven't always, but we understand that both of us in our individual spaces have a place of pressure, a place of anxiety, a place of stress. And sometimes us reaching out helps, as Kafa said, takes a moment for us to de-stress. Mm-hmm. And the question is, do we appreciate it? Are we grateful for it? And I think that's something that we need to work on. Again, because I'm sitting here, again, hindsight is 2020. And, but I have to say, I'll say it on air, I'm appreciative of it because I don't think I have shown or said how much I'm appreciative of it in some of those cases. Because like you said, to your point of, well, Maurice, I sent you a message. Carver, you ain't sent me nothing. you ain't sent me nothing. I've been sitting right here next to my phone the whole time. In that voice. And it's actually louder, higher in my head. But there are moments where it's like, all right, did I even say thank you? Even though, like you said, we go off on a tangent, we do something else. But, Carver, I have to say thank you for those moments. Because you understand maybe what I'm going through, what my thoughts are, how stressed out I am, what my goals are overall. And they're pretty lofty goals, y'all. Like, they're not some average, I just want to, be able to learn how to tie my shoe today. Mm-hmm. Even though tying a shoe can be lofty too. You get what I mean? Yes. So,
and thanks to the Well, Why Not workbook.
Right.
It helps you through your goals.
Yes. So
and you can find that book on Amazon.
Yeah, you can. You could Google my name. Google. You can Amazon my name.
Amazon, yes. Maurice D. Chisholm. And you can also have a copy of the Well, Why Not workbook and work through your goals.
Pretty much.
Just like we're working through ours. Marriage goals as well as life's goals.
It doesn't matter what goal it is. You can have a goal just to make a chocolate silk pie that I'm going to eat right after this show.
Oh, my, yes.
Yeah. You can go through, why do you want this pie? Yeah. But I thank y'all very much for listening today.
Thank you very much, Maurice, for being a special person in my life.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I could tell.
And I'm going to appreciate eating that chocolate silk pie.
I know. I know, right? Thank y'all very much for listening today. Talk to y'all.
This week's episode has come to an end. But the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.